Hi guys, Lynn Cox here, Rapid Transformational Therapist, Clinical Hypnotherapist, and Stress and Performance Anxiety Expert. I wanted to hop on. I'm just sitting outside enjoying some sun before I have a new client call because I just posted up a really bunch of photos regarding an interview that Rich Roll, amazing podcaster, massive high performer, in recovery from, I believe, alcohol addiction. A stellar dude, really interviews amazing people. But he interviewed a leader in the area of hypnotherapy, Dr. David Spiegel, who's also a psychiatrist and in a chair position at Stanford University and does a lot of research. Anyway, I love it. I love to see more and more conversation and kind of like mainstream media covering the efficacy of hypnotherapy, because a lot of people are very skeptical about it. They can think it's maybe like a woohoo therapy, or how does that really work, or they have some kind of connotations around it because perhaps they'd seen stage hypnosis at some point in time. And I notice a lot of people are skeptical. It's one of the rules of the mind, actually, that people are drawn to what's familiar. So things that are unfamiliar can seem kind of scary to them. And there are also different types of people, more left brain, more right brain, more analytical, more intuitive or emotional. I mean, I don't think there are any hard and fast rules, but I have noticed, some people I've worked with, particularly in the sciences, my partner, he's an engineer himself, and he knows how well this works. I don't share client cases with him, but he does know when, I've had a client who's had a really amazing result. He knows that. And even he asked me the other day, is there really some research around like the neuroplasticity in adulthood? And which I think is kind of funny. He's an engineer. Not to say all engineers are skeptical, but I've had medical doctors be skeptical, other people who have more of a science training who want to know it's proven. But rule of the mind that what's unfamiliar we tend to move away from. But what I would say too is and Dr. Spiegel says this hands down, there's no downside to trying it. There's no real risk of any negative impact. And I mean, if you really think about it, trying medications can have a serious impact. And he makes the point, which is absolutely true. Typically, relatively quickly if it's something that's worked for you. Again, whereas often with medications, they can take weeks, sometimes if not months, for patients to know if there's efficacy. So there's really no downside. Before I work with any client too, I always make sure that there are 3 things in place. They have to be there. Number 1, they have to have a motivation to want to see some change in their lives. And if they're not really close to a 10 out of 10, I don't want to work with people who aren't highly motivated to see change. Number 2, they have to have some kind of a belief that something will work for them. They don't have to come to me and say, I 100% believe that working with you and rapid transformational therapy is going to be the thing that helps me, but they have to have an openness to it. And number 3, they have to commit to listening to the recording for 21 days following the session. So pretty low barriers to entry with literally 0 side effect except some time, some money because it costs money, and a willingness to try something new. I've had people have amazing transformations, a wide range of issues. I mean, right now I do focus on stress, performance anxiety, but then I also am referred clients from people I treat, their children, their spouses, their colleagues. So I see people for everything still. And what I want to say too about RTT is it's as Marissa Peer refers to it, hypnosis on steroids. It's not straight hypnotherapy. Much of it is administered under hypnosis, but it's actually a blend of kind of the best of hypnotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, neurolinguistic programming, neuroplasticity, neuroscience, and it's really effective at getting in there, figuring out what's going on, where did this issue arise from, where, when, how, and how, why and how, working to eradicate it and lay down a new track, a new program. So anyway, I put up that story because I do love to see it be, I'd love to see more and more of an acceptance and a curiosity and a willingness to try it, and want to emphasize that there's kind of really no downside to trying it. And yes, skeptics, it's very much a natural human response to turn away from, to not want to explore what's unfamiliar. Our mind will tend to go to what's familiar. And I hope you're all having a great day. Ciao.